Feel like girls and boys, fine. How's Abdi the day? Sit back with a coffee and let's make a vlog. So fit's Abdi up to the day. So you're on Vipassana retreat. And for moms and dads, 16 over, the day we're working on this world, on kinky fuckery with Ann Summers. For Bairnies, that is we're just working on unicorn fairies. So that's how I promote that to them. So 16s and unders, I just say unicorn fairies. And that covers my arse with the police. That we're working on unicorn fairies, and just something I learned a long time ago with you, Shona, about getting in trouble about selling a corkscrew bottle opener to a young bear, and was the biggest thing I ever learned about protecting bairnies in a league of your own. When I learned that, the rest was history, Shona. And Shona then realised that you could sell that to folk, and that was what happens when you didn't listen to the devil. That it should be safe enough to sell a corks, and didn't my Medina story. It should be safe enough to sell a corkscrew bottle opener to a bairnie. And you're right, it was almost like the person was employing that was a weapon, and that's really naif that was with that bairnie who is most certainly a blue heart and has been protected by the forces. And that truly was that we've been sent to the shop to go get my bottle opener for our dad who needed a bottle opener for his beer. And that's really all that was, and that was Shona's story in here. And now she's learned that. She's like, is that it? That's all that was. And I think that says it all. I mean, fucking bairns used to come to the shop looking to buy fogs. Oh, I used to got sounded more incriminating than a bottle opener because you're coming to buy fogs. Oh no, I used to got was more of a story. Coming to buy somebody fogs. I think it sounded like a blinking soda cream story, soda fountain story going on there. Anyway, so that's the kind of things I learned how to protect bairnies. And the minute I saw that, I thought, oh, now I have something to work on with keeping bairnies safe. And I never felt that shown until I worked the spa. So I went away on a mission. I was away, when I say famous for dust, I was away off out of here with that. I was away off with Stevie Buchan's world with forces and weapons and Royal Air Force, and I was, it would mind you, it would mind you Call of Duty, girls and boys. That's what happened to me with that. I'd never felt that before, Shona. So how Call of Duty comes to life, Shona. After I saw that, I was away off to the Royal Air Force, away. I even at one point got the bus up there. Oh, and you come a strange creature. And it's the only time I've ever took the bus up to Lucy, to the Royal Air Force. I've been to Lucy on the bus for other things, but near the Royal Air Force. And I actually went right to the gates and went, all right, okay. And then I bumped into Paddy McGuinness, who was working in the Royal Air Force, who invited me in for a cup of tea. And you call me a strange creature. Yeah, I'm coming in for a cup of tea. I was coming in anyway, but I didn't do that much for I go there as a boss like that. But when I see a story like that, I think, I can work with that, Shona. How to find a story with that. And I'd never ever felt that about whatever that was. So I went and sat and had a cup of tea and a fog with Paddy McGuinness. I went and learned what the Hale story was, who's now learned the Hale entire this story. And now I see fit today here about protecting children in this world. And gave me a Hale entire idea about keeping you safe, girls and boys, with unicorn fairies. And that's what I did, Shona. Went away on a tangent with Gossy Famous Factory. Comes out of Shona's story, Gossy Famous. Whatever it is. About famous gossiping. Oh, here comes famous goss. Oh, gossiping at the till. To all the old biddies and all the bairns. And father comes in for vodkas and fogs and a hen. And there's your famous factory with the Bros brothers. And you're right, it's a magic unicorn factory, girls and boys, to keep you safe. And that way, when you buy sweeties, you're safe. When you buy things like that, you're safe. When you've been sent to the shop with a list, you're safe. When you're standing gossiping to Shona or Jessie or me or people like that in shops, if ever the shoppy wife is, you're safe. That way you're safe walking home with your shopping, with your sweeties and your crafts. Somebody learns a young bear with you, Cara, with Mrs. Mackay, about going back and forth to the shop to get a sweetie. Oh, that was my childhood story with Mrs. Mackay. If I would get a penny for the shop every day and would walk to the shop. Oh no, now that's a bloss for the post, Cara. Walk at the shop, the pair of us, we were penny, we're 50p. And you're right, Cara, that 50p's really will make you rich. They really will, if ever they are. If ever the 50p joke is, they really will make you rich at 50p's, Miss Mackay. Look at all the Olympic coins. Oh, they're worth a fortune. They're worth 600 zillion pounds, the whole set. It's worth that new, Cara, because all the Olympic ninjas. It's going into a museum. So that's now at a museum today. It's going to be in London. You're welcome to go visit Cara's museum. I will show you how to get to it. I'll remind you of going to Camden. It's built in through the Mini Famous to keep Cara safe. So the Olympic Museum is now available. You can now go see Cara's coins, our taxes, and our Olympic stuff. And I thought that was a good idea to promote that Platoon Ninjas for the story yesterday. So that's now a museum up and running with Auntie Cara. I think you would really enjoy going to see that, girls and boys. There's some strange things in there. I would start with evil fairies, whatever the hell they got up to. And you might see a wee fairy show when you're there. So that's Cara's museum up and running. I want to promote that on retreat. And there's also a museum for Debbie in London. And there's already a famous museum down there. And that would be the museum, the car museum. That's built in my name, Famous Museum. It actually says that above the door, Famous Museum. So that's built around all sorts of weird and wonderful things. So that's my museum, Cara's Olympic Museum, and Debbie is the Buddhist are Bowing Museum. So that's now available, the Buddhist are Bowing. So that's Famous's museum, Cara's and Debbie's. So there'll be a story with that with Faye, Cara and Debbie. There'll be a story with Auntie Rara, with Auntie Debbie Bonnyman. If you want to go and visit any of these museums, give me a shout, let me Kay, and I'll show you how to get tickets and how to get into the museum. Let me get that arranged with Famous ticket system, with ticket masters and people like that. So there's now a magic museum with the Wilson girls, and you can now go learn about their upbringing. You can now go learn about if we'll go up to his bairns, things like that, showing a walk at the shop and getting a sweetie, going out guys in and things like that, and how to keep you safe with the forces. Something I want to promote in Vipassana. So you're safe with your unicorn fairies, Wendy Wilson's gang, with our chat shows, whatever that is. I saw about you going Jeremy Kyle. You've got one big story going on, Moms and Dads, about Ann Summers, and that's what I saw with you, Leslie and Partessi. When you showed me that mini massager, that's what Bairn saw, was a unicorn. I'd never seen that before. They just used to look at me strange and go, is it PMS? But it was like it just clicked into place. And I saw one big idea, Leslie, about keeping Bairnies safe with this world, Diane. Saw it with your elite bunnies. Saw it in the Way Home in the Bush yesterday, the elite hairdresser salon. How to keep Bairnies safe. So we're working on this. And I saw it with you, Sally, with a catalogue, and I got showing off, Sally, whatever it is in your kitchen. It's your tarot table. Can't believe I'm unveiling this, Sally. I've been biting my tongue with what it is. So here's Sally sitting doing her tarot. I wouldn't be deceived by that. That's now Sally's tarot table up and running. It's built. Every table's built through here. You can come to my table first for readings. And all tables activate 24 hours a day. So if Sally's busy at work, readings will still come flying off her table. And be ready for that. Remember, that's Meghan Sparkle's wife. Oh no, Meghan Markle. You just realise that? Sally's going to marry Meghan Markle. And I have an idea about when Sally met Harry. I'm so weird at that film, Sally, about you. About when Sally met Harry. I'm just going to wait and see what happens when this Harry person comes into my house. So, no, he comes here secretly at the minute, but one day he'll end up in my house. He's been in my house in Janella's once, years ago, back in my uni days. Him and William were both in my house for one night drinking. And I can't believe I'd unveil that memory. It's been blocked for a long time, Harry. To keep you safe, Granny. I used to think if I keep my granny safe, the rest is history. So that Project Aliens, I've been at Janella's once officially. You remind me of the Spice Girls coming to Janella's, who came for one night. It was might be a one night for one night with Famous. It might be that one night with the Spice Girls. Oh no. Might be this one time at Barncamp. Oh no, everybody. This one time at Barncamp, Famous got drunk with the Spice Girls. This one time at Barncamp, Famous got drunk with Zoe Carver. This one time at Barncamp, Famous got drunk with King Harry and King William. And you're right, there are other stories that I think sound like that. It might be Laura Gregg. This one night at Famous got drunk with Laura Gregg. And you're right, I think there's a story to that, Pamela. The one night you get drunk with somebody and it causes a story. And there'll be other stories like that. The one night Famous and Tommy got drunk. Oh, there'll be other stories like that, Tommy, that mark you a bit strange. Nope, there'll be things like that. The one night you get drunk with Janella. Oh no, Madonna, it might be that. You and Auntie Elaine. The one night you got drunk. Oh no, and Partessi. I think that's showing off that mama potion. The one night the pair of you got drunk, vlogging. We're sitting vlogging. Look, sitting in the kitchen, vlogging in and there. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? We're sitting here in a Skype session. I was like, I could work with that, Auntie Elaine. What is this? Oh, so you've got the wine, oh, look, you've got the Tesco finest meal, oh, look at that, you've got the special fog, Auntie Elaine. Right, I see far we're going with that. Oh, we'll promote that with the AA lunch yesterday. Saw it in the White Asda. Right, okay, that's shown off to have Vlogmas channel, Janella. It's recorded in the camera, in the bars. And I think that's shown off the Perry. I think you could make a fortune. Janella will soon out of that. Whatever it is. Every day I sit and listen to you. Gobbing shit that checkouts. to all that people that come in for shopping holics. And all I can think is, you're a wasted talent, Madonna, sitting at fucking checkouts. You should be sitting with your puzzles on some kind of chart show, Vlogmas world, promoting unicorn fairies with Wilson girls to keep Bernie safe. You should be promoting some kind of anti-Elaine fog with that. And then that way we'll just sit and listen to your gossip about Ann Summers and Bernie's will just can work away with their unicorn fairy puzzles. So that's what I'm working on today, folks. Adults are working on kinky fuckery. That's showing off mum about a chat show to keep Bernie safe. That's very much showing off about your grandchildren. And now I feel good at that because now baby Grim is safe with Granny. And now she can do her chat show at Granny's and sit with her little project folder. So that's what you're working on today. You'll be working on like your Unicorn Fairies project. We'll go work on things like Bugsy Browns and silhouette shops and private eyes and Ann Summers and all these kind of clubs. Club Tropicanas and things like that, hen nights and things like that. So I'm trying to get as much story as I can onto your day. I've got it in shoots, I've got it in lists, puzzles, tables, I've got it on the windies, I've got it built into your cuffs, I've got it into the factories. There I've got one big story into the boats, and that way I've got one big story going on here without the day, and that way you'll feel safe, mums and dads, when you do open that 50 club, and you'll feel good about your Bernies, people like you, Sally, promoting that catalogue. I'm onto that. Here's my catalogue and here's yours. And I ain't got showing off about a Vlogmas channel. So that is Sally's table. So you sit and look at all that, Sally, all the Ann Summer products that come out in the shop. And you lot sit and look at unicorns. It might be you, Debbie. So when I open this suitcase, oh look, Debbie sees Furbies. Oh no, look at all this Furbies, girls and boys. And Barbies and dollies and singing in the rain hearts. There, when I open that to you, Leslie, there you see Ann Summer stuff. And that's one of the biggest things I ever learned showing about that story. I had to protect Bernies, and I think the biggest thing I had to protect them about was that world there, Ann Summers, the kinky fuckery world. And that's the best thing I ever learned about Debbie with that shoppy was you. You walking around with the carts, getting the sweeties. And that's when an idea Shona, the first time I saw that, I thought, oh, I could work with that. What is that? Oh, I'm just here to get sweeties. I was like, I could work with that about unicorn fairies and Gossy Famous and forces and weapons and shoppy teams and whatever else comes out of that. And you're right, Shona, I was away in a tangent when I come back to work for you with that. I thought, I could work with that. You come out and you up into Jessie and saying it like to Famous and getting your yum yum or whatever. And I had a whole idea with that animals, and that was that Shona was Furby and Angel and how to protect you with that cats. And that way, when you open up this Ann Summer suitcase, Jessie, that's what Bernies see is Furby and Angel. Gone to shoppy for their Gossy Famous sweetie. Whereas adults see that Shona, they see that Ann Summer's world for real. And I think you've got the gist of that now. And Bernies are names, so not Jessie. They're really nae Shona. They just want to go well make fairy shows with animals. It's all I learned this house. We're nae in your shows and Ann Summers die on. We want to make unicorn shows and animal documentaries and vlogs and whatever else the day. So I think that gives you just a story here about your Bernies, about what we're working on the day with Ann Summers world. Thanks for getting that into meditation. That's your story, girls and boys. Grab a Barn Price, the Unicorn Fairy Box. And if you've got any questions about the Ann Summers project today, with Miss Ann Summers, that's the brain I'm using today is Miss Ann Summers to keep Bernies safe. And if you've got any questions, A, B, C or D, send a message to Miss Ann Summers Vlogmas channel. Grab a Barn Price, the Miss Ann Summers box, and keep in touch with the Vlogmas channels.